Welcome to Homestead Speedway. Stay tuned for my first impressions of the Revuelto from my recent track day. Another train, another Revuelto adventure. This time is not in Europe, good old Florida. Lamborghini recently held a handful of track days around the country for some customers to get the opportunity to rip a Revuelto around a track, learn some of the different modes, and really start to get a feel for the true performance capabilities of this new flagship platform. I had the opportunity to go down to Homestead, which is just south of Miami, and work with some of the Lamborghini Squadra Corsa team to experience this awesome new car.
You can actually see over the steering wheel, but you can't see the dash because I'm so high.
After getting a quick overview of the car and some basic rules, it was time to head out on the track in city mode, which is fully electric and why there's no sound as these pull away. But you're about to see as we shift from city mode and fire up the V12. This notice right here is just letting the driver know that some of the performance features will be limited until the whole system has a chance to warm up. We then spent some time in Strata hybrid mode. For those who don't know, Strata is kind of like your everyday driving mode that you would probably utilize. And then after spending that time in Strata hybrid, we were in Strata recharge so that we can recharge the batteries. And you see that indicated here with Strata, and then recharge over on the right. The battery actually recharges relatively quickly, and then once it was recharged, it was time to shift into Corsa mode and then Corsa performance. So you'll listen to the instructor here. All of the audio that you're hearing from this angle is through my Ray-Ban Meta sunglasses, which were underneath a helmet and covering some of the mics, which explains some of the clipping, but enjoy the in-car audio and Corsa performance. Corsa Performance is the mode where the full 1,000 plus horsepower gets unleashed in the Revuelto. The next two clips will compare Strata Recharge to Corsa Performance sound. Controversial, but while the exterior V12 sound is not quite as loud as a stock Aventador, in my opinion, the interior Revuelto V12 sound is louder in Corsa Performance than my Aventador S, which is stock, in Corsa mode. I will follow up once I take delivery of my Revuelto and let you know if that holds true, but that was my takeaway from the limited experience that I had on this track day. Coming up soon in this clip, you are actually going to hear me shift a little bit too late, and that is because the Revuelto revs much faster than an Aventador. Once I recognized just how fast this car revs, I was able to make corrections with my timing and have an absolute blast with this car. It is fun. It is extremely agile, far more agile than my Aventador. It actually reminds me a little bit of an STO, except it's like a V12 go-kart instead of a V10 go-kart. And that being said, this car is different from the Aventador in a lot of good ways, and I'm sure some people will feel like there's areas where the Aventador is a little bit stronger. But in my opinion, Lamborghini did an incredible job of not just trying to replicate the Aventador in a more modern platform. They have given the Revuelto some really unique and fun attributes that I am excited to see evolve in future iterations, and I am really excited to take delivery of mine, which should be toward the end of September. Stay tuned.